The Office, a popular comedy show, has a bunch of medically related scenes that we're going to be analyzing with our medical knowledge. Let's get right into it.
Pam, it's Michael. Help me. I need help right now.
Michael, what's wrong?
I'm hurt. I have hurt myself.
Just say again really loudly what happened.
Okay, I burned my foot very badly on my Foreman grill, and I now need someone to come and bring me into work.
You, Burr.
He burned his foot on a Foreman grill, guys. Let's talk about how that happened.
Have you never done that before? Have you never put your toaster right beside your bed and then woken up to it?
You're pretty weird, man.
Yeah, but why is everyone laughing? It seems like a pretty serious issue and everyone's laughing about it.
Yeah, he could have got a first-degree burn, a second-degree burn, a third-degree burn. So I guess this is a good point to talk about the types of burns that are involved in this type of incident. So we have first-degree, second-degree, and third-degree burns. So first-degree burns affect only the skin's most outermost layer, right? So that's the epidermis. The second-degree burns extend into the dermis, which is right below the epidermis. It's the second layer of the skin. And then we have third-degree burns, which basically extend throughout the entire dermis, whereas the second-degree burns only extend partially.
Burned your foot on a Foreman grill.
Most nights before I go to bed, I will lay 6 strips of bacon out on my George Foreman grill. Then I go to sleep. When I wake up, I plug in the grill. I go back to sleep again. Then I wake up to the smell of crackling bacon.
Michael's doing here where he wakes up and he goes back to sleep is an excellent strategy to learn how to lucid dream, because I've been experimenting with my sleep a lot, and Nam and Rushil can talk more about that.
Yeah, so guys, one thing we've learned is to not listen to Nimit when he's talking about these things. He's recently started this new trend of not eating lunch and experimenting with that, so I don't think that's the best thing.
He also said in the past that he purposely wanted to stay up for 4 days in a row. Anyways, we'll get back into it.
It's good for me. It's a perfect way to start the day. Today, I got up, I stepped onto the grill, and I clamped down on my foot. That's it. I don't see what...
So those look like pretty superficial burns. It isn't too bad. You can tell because the skin is a little bit reddish / pink.
I mean, just on first impression, they look kind of fake.
Yeah, they do.
That's not how a burn would look. I think there'd be more blistering, there'd be more redness around the area. It's just not those marks.
Yeah, the area between the burns is completely normal.
Okay, we'll get back into it.
Can you hop?
I tried hopping, Kevin, and I bumped my elbow against the wall, and now my elbow has a protuberance.
Question for you guys. Would you have Kevin's haircut for the rest of your life and $1 million? Or just stick with your hairstyle and not have $1 million?
What was that?
Oh! He hit the pole. It's broken, right? He can't.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Dwight. Oh!
Oh my gosh.
God.
Is he okay?
Guys, thoughts. So what's wrong with him right now?
Probably a concussion.
Yeah, it's a clear sign of concussion. He's dizzy, can't walk straight.
I mean, he hit his head, so it's clear trauma. And then the nausea is also a sign of a concussion.
Another fun fact about concussion is that the #1 cause of concussions is actually biking accidents, not sports.
By the way, Nimit, who asked?
Literally no one.
He's still driving. Dwight, you forgot your bumper.
For concussions, if you have a concussion, you should just sit down and not do anything, because generally the second concussion is worse than the first concussion. So you can develop this thing called post-concussion syndrome, where you have a concussion indefinitely and there's no treatment, and it kind of just goes away by itself. So it's real scary stuff.
It's also not recommended to drive within 24 to 48 hours of having a concussion, which Dwight clearly did not follow.
What did I do? I did my job. I slashed benefits to the bone. I saved this company money. All right, who did this? I'm not mad. I just want to know who did it so I can punish them.
What are you talking about?
Someone forged medical information, and that is a felony.
Okay, whoa. All right, because that's a pretty intense accusation.
Yeah.
How do you know that they're fake?
Leprosy? Flesh-eating bacteria.
The reason Dwight is so shocked by leprosy is because It's a pretty rare disease, and it's caused by this slow-acting bacteria called Mycobacterium leprae, and it's not really found as much anymore. There's only around 200,000 cases worldwide.
Yeah. We actually learned a lot about necrotizing fasciitis. It's like really scary stuff because it can happen randomly, and like you could go swimming somewhere and you can pick it up, and you're never gonna know you have it, and then one day your leg just starts dying. So it literally eats your leg up, and your flesh turns into just gas. So if you take an x-ray of an image of someone who has necrotizing fasciitis, you can literally see air in the foot because all of it's eaten by the bacteria.
Okay, and this one is, don't see too many museums around here.
Okay, Twiggy, that's enough. Get in the car.
Hey, are you okay?
I'm fine, okay? It's just stress. You know, because I'm...
It's like he's literally popping antacids by the second. So antacids are a particular type of medication used to sort of lower the acidity in your stomach. Our stomach basically produces these types of acids to break down the food. Antacids are meant to neutralize those acids so that they don't cause a lot of discomfort in the stomach, because too much acid buildup might cause discomfort.
You gotta stop at the antacids. It's not the antidote.
You didn't poison me, it's just stress.
Okay.
What is the antidote?
True love's kiss.
Jim, help me lower this screen. You're a big, tall man. You'd be hilarious trying to do it, like a little boy. Just let go of his balloon.
I'll do it. I always say you want something done right, ask Dwight.
Well, right there, he moaned upon reaching up to grab the screen, and he's sort of clutching the sort of like lower right quadrant. So your body is kind of divided into these things called quadrants, at least the sort of abdominal compartment. There are different organs and structures located in each quadrant. For example, the appendix is located in the lower right quadrant.
Yeah, so you can localize what's happening in each quadrant based on what's actually presenting as the illness. But then there's also areas where you can get really confused because, for example, when the spleen gets really big, it actually grows diagonally.
I can do it. There we go.
You have a complete inability to pass gas, pervert. Yeah, it's tender. It can't be appendicitis. I eat more than enough bacon.
There's actually this point called McBurney's point, which is halfway between your belly button and the top part of your pelvis. So if you draw a dot between those two and you press there and it's tender, then it's pretty likely that it's appendicitis.
So a lot of people think that the appendix is actually a useless organ, or something called vestigial, where we kind of like evolved as humans and we've gotten to a point in our evolution where we don't actually need the appendix anymore. But recent research has actually shown that the appendix is really useful. So having an appendectomy, which is the removal of an appendix, can actually potentially harm your digestive system, mainly because the appendix actually contains a lot of good bacteria that are used to fight off bad infections. The appendix also plays a bit of a minor role in your immune system.
Hey, Michael?
Yeah.
Contractions are coming every 10 minutes.
Okay.
All right, so we move to the pregnancy clip, guys. Dwight is currently carrying a melon on his stomach, and he says that contractions are happening every 10 minutes.
Yeah, I think if they said contractions are occurring every 10 minutes, that means you're pretty close to delivery.
Just remember to keep breathing.
My cervix is ripening.
Okay, good.
Jan is about to have a baby with a sperm donor, and Michael is preparing for the birth of a watermelon with Dwight. Now, this baby will be related to Michael through delusion.
Michael!
Yeah?
Those trees of, like, those genetic trees are pretty interesting because they're kind of reflective of these things called pedigree trees. In medicine, pedigree trees are used to trace genes back to family members.
Water's breaking!
Oh, okay.
What do you do? What do you do?
I get a call from Jan and I meet her at the hospital.
Right.
Well, it's the amniotic fluid that's coming out because the sac has broken, and that means that you have to get to a hospital pretty quick. I mean, some people do home births, but the delivery is essentially happening, so you need to be prepared.
Oh, the pressure! Do it! Pressure! Scream it out! Scream it out! Scream it out!
Babies are one of my many areas of expertise. Growing up, I performed my own circumcision.
Just keep pushing.
Hold me!
That is insane. That is insane. Performing your own circumcision is definitely not recommended by any doctor out there.
All in all, guys, don't take medical advice from the office.
Simulating. Okay.
Do you have the Sharpie?
Keep simulating.
Do you have the Sharpie?
Yes, I do.
Okay. When the baby emerges, mark it secretly in a kind of a mark that only you could recognize and no baby snatcher could ever copy.
Okay.
Ready?
Yes.
Most hospitals actually use this thing called an identity bracelet, so you don't require something like a Sharpie to tag the baby. Oh guys, another fun fact about pregnancy. Your feet can actually grow during pregnancy because of this hormone called relaxin, which basically relaxes your ligaments, so your feet could get longer and wider.
All right.
So, assessing the situation, are they breathing?
No, Rose, they are not breathing, and they have no arms or legs.
So basically what's being performed here, or what's being practiced here, it's something called cardiopulmonary resuscitation. Basically, in this case, before you perform CPR, you're going to want to check someone's ABCs. So this is their airways, their breathing, and their circulation.
Staying alive,
Okay. Yes,
staying
yes, yes.
alive.
You were in the parking lot earlier. That's how I know you.
Staying alive, staying alive. Staying alive, staying alive.
You can't tell by the way I use my walk. I'm a woman's man, no time to talk. Words it loud, women warm, been kicked around since I was.
Guys, someone's dying on the floor here and Kelly's dancing.
I think they need to focus more on the chest compressions. And she's right, it has to be a lot faster with at least 2 inches of depth. And if you saw him pumping, he was really only using his hands. Whereas you should be getting your whole body into it. Like, you have to put a lot of pressure on them. And that can actually break their ribs. But it's worth it because you're saving their life.
Okay, you didn't maintain 100 beats per minute, and the ambulance didn't arrive because nobody called 911. So you lost him.
Pro tip, guys. If you have someone doing CPR, make sure you tell someone around you to call 911.
Okay, he's dead. Anyone know what we do next? Anybody? Rose?
I have no idea.
Anyone else?
We bury him.
Wrong. Check for an organ donor card. If he has one, we only have minutes to harvest.
He has no wallet, I checked.
He is an organ donor.
He is?
Yeah.
Give me some ice in a styrofoam bucket.
He just has a knife? What?
Well, he's always prepared.
He has a lot more weapons. I saw it in another episode.
Here we go.
Oh my God! What are you doing?
We search.
Okay, does anyone know how much one of those pieces cost? Because I've heard they're in the thousands.
Yeah. It's about like $3,000 or something. They're really expensive.
Well, let's see what he's about to do with it.
For the organs. Where's the heart? The precious heart.
I'm not feeling well. I need to sit down.
Sit down.
Hey, Stanley. Are you okay?
Oh my God.
Alright guys, that brings us to the end of this video. We had a lot of fun doing this, so if you guys want more of these, let us know in the comments, and we'll see you guys next Monday.